Good morning, Wendy Antonucci here, and I am working with the Cocoa Daisy March 2018 kit. Today I was inspired by the Project Life 4x6 card that came in the kit, and I'm going to show you how these papers went together. I began this layout with these papers because they had just fallen like this when I took them out of the kit, and I thought they looked so beautiful. But it's kind of hard when you want to tilt your paper, so I wanted to show you how I went about this. I taped it down right where it fell, and then I began cutting the edges out. From there, I had seen this vellum sheet with all the butterflies, so I'm going to trim those out because I want to make a layout about my daughter and her cousin and how they look so similar and just how they've changed over the years and grown, and kind of like a metamorphosis, something that you would see that the butterfly would demonstrate to you. I also wanted to talk about how they're growing and how they're spreading their wings and flying. So here we go. All right, I am back. I have put down the striped paper behind this butterfly paper as I showed you before. I've fussy cut out some of the vellum Pretty Little Studio butterflies, and I've just scattered them just down the page. I could possibly need more, but I'm not sure yet. Now, I went and found a photo that I liked, and I went ahead and matted it on some of the 3x4 pocket cards, and I like it right there. I'm thinking kind of like that, but I covered up the bottom half of the butterfly. So I just used my Fiskar finger knife and I cut just a piece of that little tail off, or not off, but from the page, so that I can slide my picture underneath. Now I'm not sure how far I want it yet. What I found next was, let's see here, these pieces, the Pretty Little Studio Tales and Dreams pieces. And this is my daughter and her cousin, and they're just so alike, it's not funny. So I wanted to kind of build on that. So I found Never Forget, This Is the Story, I Love This, and I kind of want to put it over on this side. I found this one also, Your True Colors, but I don't like how that is just a different color. It matches the papers and such, but it doesn't match what I have here, so I'm not sure about that. And I think, I don't know, maybe that way. But that fills up this. Now, I wanted to look at some of the ephemera that came with the kit, because I'm not sure that I don't need something there, but I'm not really sure what. I like this Remember This, but that just doesn't fit there. But I could easily put it possibly up here. So this might not be out of the water. I just don't know where to put it yet. So there's quite a few little pieces documented, and Lovely Day, but none of those are really telling my story. Now I could add in this so I could have the date and such, because I don't have that yet. So that might be a good choice. There's some of this pink over here, but there's none really over here. But if I put the circle, these are all an actual shape where the circle is not. So I'm not sure. If I put it here, there's kind of a lot of pink and then nothing over here, which causes, it's almost like it's too heavy, but that's also because of that striped paper. So there are some other options, for instance, like this pink butterfly, but I don't know. I really like sticking with these vellum ones over here, so I'm not sure if that's going to work. So I don't know about that one. So these were all the butterflies and little phrases. I'm not seeing any other phrases that help my page. There are these little leaves, but again, I'm not sure. Actually, it looks really good there, so we're going to do that. There's also in another part of it, we have the Simple Stories pieces. There's a lot of flowers here, which would of course look fine. Total Bliss, today is your day. I do like these circles, enjoy. So these I like. So there's an enjoy, hello, and a yay. So I'm going to pull those out because I'm not done with what I want on this page. So I need to make sure that I can fit everything in that I want before I go decorating it. A lot of times you add the embellishments and you haven't really finished decorating or putting down the main parts of your page, and then you fill it all up. I don't like to fill my page up too much until I know that I've gotten the story told. I've not quite told this story yet. What I would like to tell in this story is this card that is included in the pocket kit. I'm wearing the smile you gave me. Because they are cousins, because they are so identical, it's not funny, I thought this would be perfect. Now, I have a couple options. I can fussy cut this out, and I like to fussy cut, so that would work. And I like the font that's on there, so that's an option because it's too big. The card is too big, and I don't want it taking everything up. The other thing I could do is use some of the letter stickers that came in here and just put this phrase right in this area. These are a little bit too tiny. It doesn't fill up the page enough, and the blocky font isn't quite what I would like. The blue, I like that because there's so much green here. It matches my daughter's shirt, the butterfly, it kind of brings it over here. I'm not sure about the font though. I'm not sure that that's catchy enough. It would work, but I'm not sure if it's catchy enough. This is the other choice. I like this font. It seems like it's just a fun, more eye-catching. Because it's green, it might fade in more, but because there's so many words, it might be a good choice because the green won't take away from the rest of the page with such a long sentiment, or title actually. So I am going to put a title here now. I still want these butterflies, but I know this one's going to have to move out of the way. So I'm going to kind of scoot these around. I probably will cut out more, but I didn't want to waste my time until I knew how I was going to fit this in. So I'm going to skip this part and just go, I'm wearing the smile you gave me. And I'm going to try to figure out a way to get that right here. It could start up here, but I think I want to just keep it right in this area. So I'm going to take a few minutes and do that. I do like over here, so I'm going to probably glue this down, and I like this if I can fit my title around it. So I'm going to get my title down and I'll be back in a minute. Thanks. All right, I'm jumping back because, so I've looked at this. What if I cut this out and just trim the card down? When I did that, there's just so much white down here. It takes away from the color of the page. That's one of the reasons I wanted to use this colorful background, the stripes, because it just really made this page pop. By adding all this white down here, it doesn't flow. It's heavy down here. So I don't want to cut this out. My next thought was that blue color, because it was on the shirt and the butterfly. So I put that, just the last word, the me, and it looks okay, but it's so blocky, I just don't think this flows. All the butterflies and all the round circle elements, it has a flow to it, where this is more blocky, structured. Not quite what I was looking for. Here's the other choice, the green, more organic alphabet, and I like it. It looks like it fits a little bit better. So I'm going to go with the green, and I'm going to make it fit. So here we go. right, I have all my letters down and fixed. They're all glued down, so are my butterflies. And I really like how this has the U highlighted and then some of those hand-drawn hearts. So I'm just going to grab my Illustrated Faith pen. It's the 0.65 pen tip, which is a little bit wider, and I'm just going to do the same thing on my page. Just make it stand out a little bit more. And add a little bit of just some fun touches, I guess. I like the black. I was thinking about actually coloring in each of the letters with black, but I'm really concerned that could end up to be a problem. So I'm just going to add in a little bit here and there. I'm not really sure where else. I'd like more, but I'm afraid. Let's see here. Maybe something, because there's something, so I'm thinking right here. Okay, so nothing big, just a little bit of black. I'm going to write over here. I need to figure out the date because it was actually last year, so I need to figure that out. Now, I wanted to add, I have this round butterfly over here. I found this piece in the Simple Stories Ephemera. I like the purple and kind of like a light color to match over here, so it's pulling you, but I kind of need a circle down here now to finish that triangle. So I'm going to look through these epoxy stickers. There's quite a few beautiful ones. It's just a matter of finding one that I think I'd like it to go right about here. Yeah, right down there. Shine Bright, Smile, Rainy Days, Bloom. There's a heart with that blue color. Beautiful Day, Lovely, The Good Life, Enjoy. Every Storm Has a Rainbow. And then I'm not sure. I think I want a bigger one, but a little one would work also. Maybe just this little butterfly. See how that color is there, the green. It brings in this purplish pink, but it doesn't stand out because it continues that butterfly pattern. Whereas this one just really stands out. That's just really bright. This is kind of on the wrong side. Let's see here, what else? Enjoy. I could do that too. That wouldn't be a problem, but I do like how that butterfly continues that pattern. So I'm going to go with the butterfly. And I do like to use this pen. I believe it's a calligraphy pen, which I've never used it for that. But I can kind of move it around. I want it to be on the picture, but also on this card, so it continues. You can see how it brings your eyes down, and like these flowers help direct your eyes, so I like that. Now, there were quite a few little flowery pieces, but this one is large, and I don't think I want to bring in something like that. There were a few small flower pieces, so let's check those. I could definitely maybe stick something right there, and maybe right there. So I think I do like that, actually. I wish I could find a little sprig to place in there, and here is another one. So let's see, right about there, I guess. There. That way you have some flowers pulling your eyes down also, which helps everything flow. You can use whatever you want on a layout, but the more that you connect the dots, the more your layout will be cohesive and have a feeling of completeness instead of where did this come from. So I like all of that. Now, the only other pieces I was looking at adding in was I wanted to put this Life in Full Bloom. I had thought I wanted it down here, but I've kind of filled that up. So I'm not sure that there is a space for this anymore, which is disappointing because I really wanted this in there. And I don't think it's fitting anywhere.
it looks like it was an afterthought. I could put it there, but I really wanted to get some information in on my layout, and it doesn't quite go with that. So I'm going to have to put this back. As much as I love it, it's just not going to fit. It's going to distract from what I'm doing here. The other thing I love, and I've always loved clouds, so, but I'm not sure that they're going to fit either. I kind of like that there. Now, I've not glued any of this down, so this is a little dangerous. But I'm not sure if it helps my story. That's what I always like to think about. Is it really helping my story? While I love clouds and they're cute up there, is it necessary? Does it help anything, or does it just bring in an extra element? And I think, unfortunately, it is bringing in just an extra element. It's not a bad one, but is it one that I want to bring in? And even though I'm telling you that I don't think it works, here I go sticking on another one. Because I'm thinking, well, maybe I just need to bring them down a little bit more. But see how they're up here and they're not over here? I'm not sure adding one over here is going to do anything. It's kind of out of the place. It just doesn't work. So I'm thinking I'm going to have to take those clouds off. As much as I love them, I don't think they help anything here. And I find that sometimes you get really attached to pieces that you want to add to a layout, and you say, oh, this has to go. When really it's not helping anything, and it's just something you want, and if you were to take it off, your layout would actually be stronger. So I try never to get too attached. But then again, move them around. And now this is a little bit better. So I'm going to continue to look at the clouds. I'm actually going to take a picture of it with the clouds and without until I decide which is better. But here's my layout. I fit in that title I wanted that was based on that card, which I've lost somewhere. I added in the same hand-drawn effects that were on that card. Just because I liked it so much, I want to add that in. So I added in a few of those things. I've got flowers bringing you down and around. There's a lot of green, but then there's these pops of blue. Here's a pop of pink or purple, and it matches this. There's a little bit over there, so that could also be a visual triangle. So I'm quite happy with this page. I'm going to put some journaling here, and like I said, I'm going to really think about these pieces before I finish. But there is my first page with the March Cocoa Daisy kit. I would love if you would give me a thumbs up, and if you would subscribe to my channel so you can join me more often. Thanks again for joining me. Bye.